Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from whatever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, Raila Odinga and Ruto's team have made a significant move to make sure that Raila Odinga is succeeding to become the next African Union Council chair. They have been visiting different countries, Raila in separate trips, William Ruto, sometimes in the company of Raila Musalia Mudavadi. They have been making moves, Ghana and elsewhere. And they have been getting endorsement from those countries. You talk about East Africa, Tanzania, Uganda, Rwanda, you go on. They have already thrown their support behind Raila Amolo Odinga. With that move, definitely Raila Odinga was going to win even unopposed. We were heading that direction. But seemingly, Djibouti is coming out now to declare their interest that they have a candidate, Mohammed Ali Yusuf, who also want to vie for the same position. This is now kind of part of East Africa. Is it Eastern or what? Something like that. So that tells you that now Raila is now facing Haddock, the other candidate who are now coming in. And therefore, if he was taking it easy, then he has to work very smart to make sure that he is defeating other interested parties. And there is a press release that was shared by Djibouti, that was on 9th April, Yonijana. Presidency of Republic Press Department press release. Djibouti announces the candidacy of its Minister of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Mohammed Ali Yusuf, for the presidency of the African Union Commission. The Republic of Djibouti officially announces the candidacy of its Minister for Foreign Affairs, Mr. Mohammed Ali Yusuf, for the position of President of African Union Commission. Djibouti expressed its faith in ability of Mr. Mohammed Ali Yusuf, an experienced diplomat who knows the ins and out of the continent organization, to serve and bring dynamism to the Pan-African organization. With over 2 decades of experience as Minister of Foreign Affairs of this country, a haven of peace distinguished by its constant pursuit of conflict resolution through dialogue and negotiation, Mr. Mohammed Ali Yusuf has all the qualities to meet the expectation and interest of the continent. He is fluent in French, English, and Arabic. That is their candidate. Now, this is not the first time Djibouti is standing on the way of Kenya when they have interest on serious matters in Africa and in the world at large. For those who remember, about 4 years back, Djibouti also had an interest in Security Council, UN Security Council. Kenya had a candidate, and it was like the candidate was going through unopposed because they had navigated all the ways. But later, from nowhere, Djibouti came in with another candidate. So Kenya had to marshal campaign machinery to make sure that they are capturing the seat. So they had to use their money and launch a serious campaign against the candidate. So there was a good number of votes, because the Djibouti candidate got, 60 something? Kenya had good number. They tripled the number. So it is not the first time, in as much people are trying to say that now Raila might not capture the seat, or he's going to face a serious candidate going forward. Because those who believe that so Raila might not get it easy. And Pauline Njoroge has really put it very clear in her post on X, trying to remind Kenyans what they went through at the same time when Djibouti had interest in that. But the question has been really, who is behind Djibouti? Is it their own interest? What is the problem with Kenya? Or someone is pushing them? Is there other forces? Of course, there is such kind of a possibility. And I want us to go through what Paulino Njoroge shared, just to understand. It's a long post, but it is explaining a point which is pointing to a direction that you should be aware of going forward. For those who are interested in following Raila Odinga's interest in the AU. This is what she's saying. In 2019, Kenya secured African Union endorsement to be the continental's sole candidate for the race to win the non-permanent seat at the United Nations Security Council, UNSC. During the secret vote by permanent representative of the African Union member state in Addis Ababa, Kenya faced Djibouti, which was also interested in representing Africa in the UN's most powerful organ. At the end of voting, Djibouti, through its foreign minister, not only conceded defeat after gaining 13 votes against 37. Look at that. It was a big difference in favor of Kenya, but also congratulated and endorsed Kenya's bid. This made Kenya the sole candidate for Africa. Walikuwa wamefika hapa. Wamecongratulate, wameamua, they have given up. Because when you congratulate, you give up and support. However, soon after Djibouti made a swift about turn, reneged on her decision to support Kenya and declared her intention to go for the seat. This spoiler move effectively complicated Kenya's bid and jeopardized our chances at the seat. What followed was a period of unnecessary competition and the deployment of resources by Kenya to capture the seat. Of course, Kenya and Africa was able to overcome this obstacle and secure the seat after securing 129 votes against Djibouti 62. So Djibouti went up to the last point, wapigiwa kura, 62 against 129. Fast forward to 2024, Djibouti is at it again after Kenya secured East Africans community endorsement to front Raila Odinga as the region candidate for AUC chairperson. Djibouti has declared interest in the seat. Of course, Kenya will shake off Djibouti's challenge and deliver the seat. That's what Paulino Njoroge believes. However, we have to ask critical questions. What does Djibouti have against Kenya, or whose interest is the country representing? I have seen people mentioning France severally, that France is the one pushing Djibouti and all that. What is their interest, if so? We know of external forces that are always actively working towards weakening AUC, so that commission can be easily managed and manipulated towards certain agendas. In light of this, it would be the hope of every well-meaning African citizen that the process of electing the next chairperson will be guided by patriotism and the spirit of Pan-Africanism, and not influenced by external interest. A strong AUC is fundamental in the achieving the African we want. In line with the Agenda 2063, a strong AUC is vital in protecting Africans' interest in the global arena. So, if you read this post, you can conclude and say that there are other forces who are fearing of having Raila Odinga as the next chair of African Union Commission, because he will stand for Africa, defend Africa, something that they don't want. They want a compromise candidate whom they can manipulate. So there is fear of Raila Odinga already in the international. And that's going to be the reason for that. I don't want to go deeper beyond that, but having read Pauline Njoroge's post, you can also give your view. So let us meet in the comment section to continue with this discussion. Thank you and see you in our next video.